Have you ever had a par 5, busted your drive, busted your 3-wood, got near the green, thinking birdie, and walk away with a double? Well, this lesson's for you. I'm going to teach you how not to do that just by some simple methodology of body part to body part, a one-tempo system based on the Mutz method of golf instruction. Heads up, listen to this, and here we go. Okay, chipping. Throughout my entire methodology, I'm here at the Madeiras Golf Club in San Diego, California, February 25th, 85 degrees, absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to go through some chipping techniques with you today to make sure you have everything organized and consistent. So what does consistency mean in chipping? Well, first and foremost, we have consistent where the ball is positioned within our stance. So if you've been following my YouTube method for the last year and a half here, I talk about body part to body part, a one-tempo short game system. So today I have my 60-degree wedge with a 70-degree bounce, which is my favorite club around the green right here. I'm going to make this ball go 10 yards in the air with a simple methodology. I'm going to show you a couple of different shots. Now here's the key factor. If you cannot get consistent in your stance before you begin motion, it's impossible for you to be consistent in your physical motion. Later on in this video, I'm going to talk to you about some of the breakdowns that happen in chipping. For right now, let's get ourselves successful in the stance. So we know, based on the way that I've taught you, we're always picking out a perfect target. In this case, no wind. I'm going right for the flag. So I'm putting the club face directly behind the golf ball. Now, after we do that, I put my right foot in here, and I want the ball to be played right off my back right heel. Okay? So I'm going to show you 3 body parts today: back heel, baby toe, and big toe. Now, just by changing the direction of where the ball's placed, that's going to change the trajectory of the shot. Let's not get fancy. Let's learn in this little lesson today which body part gives you the best trajectory for consistency. Don't get cocky with this shot. Just get the ball on the green and 2-putt. So here we go. Club face, ball off the heel. Okay, now we know that my center of gravity is always placed off my left inner heel before I begin. These are the consistencies that I'm trying to teach all my students. This is a consistent body position. I'm not saying I want my feet 40% on my right foot, 60% on my left foot. I want my entire center of gravity over my inner heel. So what I simply do is just put the club face down, ball off my right heel, I lean forward. Now watch what happens here. This automatically puts my hands off my left inner thigh. And what that does, it gives you one straight line. What you're trying to do when you're playing golf is to eliminate angles. So we don't want our hands in the middle of our body. I want this to be one straight line. So everyone say this out loud. You learn this in my putting method and my chipping method and my pitching method. Where the right palm goes, so goes the club face. So in this body part, which I'm going to put up a chart for you, okay, I'm going to take my right palm off my left inner thigh and take it back to where my right inner thigh would be as if I were putting. So in putting, I have my hands off my left inner thigh. If I take my right palm back to my right inner thigh and through, that ball goes 10 yards on a flat surface. And that was the last video I did last week for you, making the ball go 10 yards on a flat surface for consistency. So remember, being consistent in golf has everything to do with body posture and how you set yourself up to the ball here. Club face, that's the first thing. That's the barrel of the gun. Remember, club face, barrel of the gun. And then we learned how to position our body into the barrel of the gun. So this is my ball off my right heel. Okay, I lean forward. Now what we're going to do right here is I'm going to talk to you about the dimple on the ball. We talked about that over and over again here. And the magic words of back and through. So right palm off left inner thigh check, right palm to right inner thigh check, dimple on the ball, back and through. Okay. So that ball went out lower trajectory because the ball's played back in my stance. I'm going to do 2 shots each here, okay? This is off my back right heel. But just listen to the language here because the language is the same. Club face, heel, center of gravity, right palm off left inner thigh check, right palm to right inner thigh check, dimple on the ball, back and through. Okay, that was a much better strike than the first one, okay? Now, so that ball had a certain trajectory. Now, if I want to make the ball go higher, the only thing I'm going to do is put the ball further forward in my stance by using the body part. It's not like saying, gee, I want to make the ball go further in my stance. What do? Well, put it further in your stance. What does that really mean? So if we're connecting the body part, that's going to form the consistency for you. So club face, okay? Ball off my baby toe now, not my heel, okay? I lean forward, right palm off left inner thigh check, dimple on the ball. I say the words magic words of back and through, hitting my right inner thigh back and through, okay? And that ball went higher. Now, I know you can't see the green here, but just listen to you. You'll see the trajectory actually on the screen. So I'm going to do one more, okay, off my baby toe. Remember, if I get really good at making the ball go 10 yards in the air, half of your shots around the green, you can use different clubs. So if I want to make the ball to roll out further, I would just choose my 9-iron, my pitching wedge, my 7-iron. The ball's still going to go 10 yards in the air, but it's going to roll out further because the trajectory is lower and the loft of the club here. Let's do another baby toe. Club face, ball off the baby toe, lean forward, right palm off left inner thigh check, right palm inner thigh check, dimple on the ball, back and through. Okay, and that was much better. You hear the pop on the ball. So now I want to make the ball go further. I mean, not further, but I will make it go higher. So the only thing I'm going to do, okay, is play the ball off my big right toe. So remember, club face, big toe. So the first shots were heel, baby toe, and big toe. And trust me, if you go out and practice your chipping after listening to this video and just keep going over those 3 body parts, heel, baby toe, big toe, you'll find the one that feels most comfortable for you. Then practice that all the time. Get repetitions doing the same thing over and over time. Remember, my short game is based on body part to body part. Body part's the big heel, the heel, baby toe, big toe, right palm off left inner thigh. The timing and tempo is back and through, and the dimple is Grandma's secret sauce recipe here. So I'm going to play this off the big toe, okay? Club face, big toe, boom, lean forward, dimple on the golf ball, back and through, okay? And that ball went much higher, trajectory much higher. I'm going to do one more off the big toe, and then we're going to continue here of teaching. My job here is to teach you how to get better at golf easily with short period of times in your life. So let's say if you go out one of these evenings and you just practice this for 30 minutes. Heel, baby toe, big toe, right palm off left inner thigh to your right inner thigh, and get that ball trajecting 10 yards in the air. You're going to show up the dividends when you go to play golf here. So let's do one more baby toe, a big toe here. Remember, perfect target, club face, big toe, lean forward, right palm off my left inner thigh check, right palm to right inner thigh check, dimple on the ball, magic words of back and through. That was a nice shot right there. Now, so if I wanted to get a little bit aggressive and make the ball go higher, and they talk about a flop shot, so in my methodology, we do not think of our wrist hitting the flop shot. What I'm just really doing is playing the ball further forward. So when you're practicing, you can do the heel, baby toe, big toe, okay? Then I like to do the left heel, okay? All right, and the left heel is going to make this ball go much higher. So let's do it, right palm off the club face behind the golf ball. Ball off my left heel. This is when you really have to lean forward, right palm off left inner thigh to right inner thigh check, dimple on the ball, back and through, okay? And that ball went so much higher. So this is the chipping. So I'm going to continue this lesson series and what it means to be a pitcher of the golf ball. Okay, so pitching the golf ball, my methodology, okay, I'm going to show you a couple different ways on how we pitch the ball today, but for the time being, we're just going to use the body part off the right hip joint, and that's going to make the ball go 30 yards in the air when I'm pitching the golf ball. So pitching the golf ball, the ball is going to go further. But notice here, I'm still going to pick out a body part off my toes here, heel, baby toe, or big toe. So when I'm pitching the golf ball, I like to play the ball off my big toe. So I'm going to make the ball go further. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the ball off my baby toe, not my heel. I'm going to take my right palm back to my right hip joint and say the magic words of back and through. Club face, baby toe. I'm going to lean forward. Now this is what we call a pitch shot. Right palm off left inner check, right palm to right hip joint check, dimple on the ball, back and through. Okay, very good. So that's going to make the ball go 30 yards. So now if I want to make the ball go further, when I'm pitching a golf ball, the only thing I'm going to do is continue taking my palm back further. But so your pitch shots, okay, you can go ahead and try the ball off your back heel, your baby toe, or your big toe, but find something you feel comfortable with. I like the baby toe. I don't like anything further, just the baby toe, but I go through the whole attitude. So now I'm going to take the ball and make the ball go 45 yards. So I'm going to take my right palm, take it back to my right middle rib cage here. So this whole scenario right here, got the fairway down here, club face behind the golf ball, okay? Ball's off my baby toe. That's the second denominator. Leaning forward, right palm off left inner thigh check, right palm to my right rib cage, middle of my rib cage, dump on the ball, back and through. Okay, that was a very nice shot right there. Nice click shot. So that ball went further. So the further you take your right palm back, the further the ball is going to go. You can take it all the way back if you're flexible to your right tempo. So today what we covered here was chipping a golf ball. And what I want to really get across to you is that trajectory and rollout factors is what determines how far the ball rolls out after it hits the ground. My preference is for you to find a 60 degree or 58 degree or 56, but 58 or 60 are the best. I love the low bounce ratio, and you'll be surprised if you practice this around a green here, probably 70% of your chip shots are going to be used with a 60 degree wedge. I like the lower bounce for these shots here off this tight fairway here. So to give you an idea, let's say if I want to make the golf ball go 60 yards in the air, I'll take my right palm off my left inner thigh, take it back to my right shoulder, say the words back and through, and that makes the ball go 60 yards in the air. Remember, club face, and then my baby toe. Remember, These are the body part denominators. Get used to doing this every single time versus just standing up to the golf ball and not knowing exactly where it is. So here we go. Club face, baby toe, lean forward, take my right palm off my left inner thigh. Now I'm taking my right palm back to my right shoulder, dimple on the ball, and back and through. Now, I say back and through on every single shot in my mind, okay? All right, definitely creating the tempo over here because the back and through is the timing and tempo. So I want to really end, I'm going to hit one more of the shots off my right shoulder, okay? Club face behind the golf ball, ball off my baby toe, okay? Lean forward, take my right palm back to my right temple, my right shoulder, dimple on the ball, and back and through, and that was a much better shot. So that ball goes 60 yards like magic. So from 60 yards in, my second book is called Golf, 50 yard and in club. So from 50 yards and in, you can use one club, figure out what body posture you need in terms of the ball position off your feet here. Understanding the dimple on the ball is a powerful thing, and saying the words back and through. So lastly, what I'm trying to do in my method is to teach you in the short game. There's a few constants that you can do by yourself, all by yourself. One, where's the ball played in relationship to your stance? So we do this with an open stance with my methodology, using the heel, baby toe, and the big toe. Keep it simple, stupid, okay? The right palm always starts off the left inner thigh. Why is that? At impact, if that right palm gets back to the left inner thigh, you're making a successful shot. The timing and tempo are the words back and through. Otherwise, you're just trying to create some sort of feeling or touch, and it isn't reality. Back and through. Pretend like you're a guitar player. You know, it's a hard day's night. It's a hard day nights. Different timing and tempos with different music. But in chipping and pitching, find your proper tempo. So I'm going to do one more, okay, make the ball go 60 yards here. So here's what I would do on a 60-yard in shot. So here's the point that I'm making. From my right shoulder all the way down to my body parts near the center of my body, I can control distances by hitting body parts. If I want to make the ball go 10 yards, my right palm goes back to my right inner thigh, 15, the middle of the thigh, 20 is my outer thigh, okay? So in this particular case here, keeping it very simple. So in order to become golf's member of the 50-yard and in club, so from 50 yards and in, if you, now listen very close, could hit the ball on the green from 50 yards and in and have a maximum of 2 putts with your golf score lower, the answer is yes. So what I'm really trying to stress here is let's get away from moving around like an octopus, okay? This is a simple shot. This is a hammerhead. That dimple on the ball is a nail head, and my right palm is in control of everything. This is a right palm dominant stroke. So last shot, club face behind the golf ball, baby toe, right palm off left inner thigh check, right palm the right shoulder joint, dimple on the ball, back and through. That was much better. That was right on the money. Okay, until next time, what I'm trying to really stress with you is that my job in this whole YouTube universe deal is to lower your golf score. If you just keep it simple and stay with me and let me teach you these simple things. Go to your local driving range and get very good with your 60, 58 degree or 60 degree wedge, making the ball first go 10 yards in the air by using these body parts that I'm showing you, the denominator of the right palm off the left inner thigh, the magic 3 words of back and through, and the dimple on the ball is the deal. A lot of times in these videos, if I do hit a bad shot, it's because my mind's racing. I'm really trying to think of the next thing I'm going to say. But if I was focusing and playing golf, this dimple on the ball is everything. So until next time, what a beautiful day out here in San Diego. I called my general manager at Diversity Driving Range today and said, how's the weather, Dan? He said, it's great. It's 24 and the wind's blowing 24 miles an hour. All right, till next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye.